You'll find all the recipes featured on tonight's show and many more in Dierbergs' Everybody Cooks magazine. Just stop by any Dierbergs for your free copy while supplies last.
Welcome to Dierbergs Presents Everybody Cooks. Hi, I'm Barb Reidenauer, and we are here at Dierbergs Clarkson School of Cooking with our special guest chef, Bill Cardwell. He is the chef and owner of Cardwell's at the Plaza and BC's Kitchen at Lake St. Louis. Bill, we are delighted to have you cooking with us tonight.
Well, good evening, and thanks for having me. Looking forward to doing a fun menu tonight. We're doing a cider braised brisket with crispy onions, smoky smashed sweet potatoes, and a wonderful plum and almond cream tart to finish off the meal. So I'm going to get started, first of all, by taking our brisket flat and rubbing it down with rosemary, thyme, salt, pepper, a little garlic, and then our secret ingredient is smoked paprika, which is prepared by when the paprika chilies are roasted, they're roasted over open fire, and this will give the brisket a beautiful golden hue and great flavor.
I'm thinking you're using a little more paprika than the recipe might call for.
I do. It doesn't, recipes are roadmaps, so
there you go. Right.
Stay out of the potholes.
Wonderful.
All right, and we're going to start with the fat side down on the brisket in a preheated skillet, and to brown the brisket really nice. And while the brisket's browning, I'm going to start kind of rough chopping onions, garlic, and carrot, which are the aromatics in our gravy. And you don't have to get them too fine. And you've got a little carrot. Onions. And our garlic. And when we have all these together, the brisket's nice and golden brown on both sides. Then we're going to add the vegetables to the skillet. Well, Barb, now we've got our brisket nice and brown on both sides. We're going to simply remove it from our skillet, put it in our braising pan. Now, at home, if you are doing this and you have a Dutch oven, you can use a Dutch oven, and then you can do it all in one step, okay? So we're going to add our veggies to our pan, and we're going to let these vegetables slow cook for about 10 minutes just to caramelize the onions and the carrot and the garlic a little bit.
You can already start to smell the aroma.
Yeah,
that's
great,
wonderful.
isn't it? Yeah. So, Barb, our vegetables have taken on a nice caramelization.
Beautiful.
Smell them,
yes.
garlic and all that. Next ingredient, we're going to start building the sauce. We're going to add a little bit of tomato paste. I always like that tomato paste first when you're using it, and then you're going to long, slow cook, which is the process we're doing here called braising. Mix it in there really good. And then the next ingredient, which is one of our flavor profiles, is the reduced cider. And you just take cider when it's in season and reduce it down by half, and you can actually then freeze it. I was making a cider syrup.
Oh, well, and this is definitely the time when the cider is going to be coming in to the produce department. And
It's good for this dish as well as, it's cooked down good. It makes a great glaze for smoked pork chops, fresh pork chops, and anything else too.
Sounds good.
So, bring this back, and we have ready here our baking pan with our brown brisket. We're going to simply, carefully pour our liquid and vegetables over. It's going to take about 2 hours, 2.5 hours in the oven to cook.
And not a piece of meat you want to rush, right?
No, and you can do this ahead, too. Day ahead, reheat. It's fantastic.
Great.
We're going to do 2 covers on this. We're going to put parchment paper first, and then foil, shiny side down. This creates kind of a double seal, contains all that beautiful moisture. And if you are using a heavy cast iron Dutch oven with its own lid, I would also recommend putting the parchment paper on.
That's a good idea.
We're in the oven.
All right, well, let me get the door for you here, and preheated, ready to go.
So we have our brisket that we've pre-done for magic of the show.
All right.
Careful when you lift off the foil if there's any still warm. Allow this brisket to rest for like 30 minutes when it comes out. So all the juices can go back in. We're going to remove the brisket, scrape off any of the nice vegetables, because our sauce for serving is going to be made from these beautiful pan juices. And we're going to take our brisket out, and we're going to take our pan juices. Now, if you find you have a lot of fat on top of the sauce after it's rested, just simply skim some of that off before you puree it. A lot of it will emulsify into the sauce as it's being pureed.
When we do this in batches, it's a hot liquid, and we don't want to overfill the process.
So I'm going to have you're the magic with the machine. I'm going to have you turn the machine on.
There we go. We'll just pulse that a little bit.
have our meat resting, and now we're going to work on our sweet potatoes, which we baked. I love baking sweet potatoes.
Right.
It concentrates the flavors. Never boil them, okay? And that's nice and soft.
Really nice and soft. It's great.
Why don't you help me by splitting that?
Sure.
And I'm going to start the seasoning for the sweet potato. Again, we're using our smoked paprika. We're going to bloom the smoked paprika. This is going to give the potato a rich color and that smoky flavor, hence smoked sweet potatoes.
Smoky smashed, right, is the name of this recipe?
And I'm just going to warm the sweet potato, bloom a little bit. We're going to add creme fraiche, which is basically thickened cream. All right, it's like butter, so you got to be really careful. We'll separate. Pinch of salt. And then another little twist is horseradish. Horseradish gives that sweet potato kind of a really nice tang. And with the combination of the sweet sour of the cider and tomato and everything in the brisket and the tang and the sweet potatoes.
This is so good. It's totally different from kind of the traditional sweet
Yeah,
potatoes
well,
that you're used
especially,
to,
the brown sugar pecans and marshmallows that everybody likes. Yeah, that's a little
very
different
different
twist.
from that. It's wonderful.
And then I'm going to, beautiful. So I'm just going to add in my seasoning. Carefully fold that nice liquid ingredient in. Your potatoes are a little warm when you're scooping them, so be careful. Maybe hold them on a towel or whatever.
Sure.
And we also...
You like them a little chunky then?
I do like them chunky.
No mixers here, just...
No mixers. You don't need no smashed. And then a little white pepper. Be careful with white pepper when you cook with it. It can be very hot. Okay. And I really don't like a lot of pepper in potatoes. You want to taste the potato, and we have a little heat from horseradish. And even though the smoked paprika isn't hot, so quick taste. Oh, yummy. Move that right out of the way while we do our presentation here.
Okay.
We're going to put some of our sweet potato nicely on our platter. We're going to bring our brisket forward.
I'll do a little
I'm going
slice.
to just do nice thin slices across the grain.
All right.
I'm going to put the slices right on top of the
Okay.
sweet potato in a shingling fashion.
Beautiful. Looks like it's nice and tender.
Oh, it's beautiful. Juicy still, too. See, the juice is just running out of that? It's great. Some of our beautiful pureed sauce. Lots of sauce. And then a little garnishing treatment of some crispy fried onions, which you have, the recipe in the magazine works terrific. However, if you don't want to go through the frying process and don't have the equipment to fry at home, you can simply purchase the nice fried, pre-fried onions and crisp them up nice, and nobody will really know the difference.
I bet you don't do that in the restaurant, though.
No, we make a lot of these. We actually call them tobacco onions.
Wonderful. Oh.
So we have our finished plate of our beautiful sweet potatoes, crispy onions, and brisket. And to complete our dinner, this beautiful plum almond cream tart, which can also be made with apples, nectarines, peaches, whatever fruit that you particularly like. And the recipe is in the magazine as well.
And it looks so impressive, but a couple of steps to it, but nothing is difficult. In fact, none of these recipes are hard to do.
They aren't.
Just have to follow each step as you go along and have a wonderful fall meal. Bill, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Great.
And it's great. Look forward to everybody enjoying this cuisine.
Great. I hope you'll try these at home. Now, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Kathy and I are going to have a little cake-off. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.